Hey guys, I'm going to do a quick reading. It's been kind of hard to get this out today. So, first card, hold on, wait, I can't see that one. Okay, first card is Judgment. This is the energy that we're in right now, okay? And Judgment for me is always like that aha moment. It's like it's not like a you are in judgment type of thing. It's more like an awakening, more like a knowing. Second card is Devil, what we need to work on. Maybe this is something that we're kind of attached to, or that we kind of allow to steal our energy. Third card is what we have around us for resources or energy that we need to kind of encompass. Is that a good word? That we need to utilize. We have Strength. Okay. So maybe we need to tap into that strength, that gentle fierceness, being brave, but also being vulnerable. Okay. And the last card is Three Pentacles. So maybe this is your masterpiece, something you're working on, or that masterpiece is you, or there's some sort of collaboration, or just something you're working on, you're building on. And the bottom of the deck is Wheel of Fortune. So wheels turning in our favor. The top of the deck is Five of Cups. But remember, a lot of times in those Five of Cup moments, we learn that we still have two cups. A lot of times we're shedding things in those three cups that we didn't really need, that we don't really miss them, right? There are things that are usually like mindsets or emotions or things that, you know, we need to let go, or attitudes, and to make room for better attitudes and better ways of being. All right, so to clarify the Judgment card, I'm going to use the Liminal Forrest Oracle. I love this one. So Solitude. Okay, so with Judgment, this is something that you're going through alone, or maybe because you've had some time alone. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're alone or that you don't need people around you, but this is an inner thing. This is something between you and yourself and spirit. It's not something between you and anybody else, which I feel like a lot of that's what our spiritual journey is. Yes, it includes people. Yes, we're to work with other people, but at the same time, this is you fixing you. Because how can you help others? Like that whole saying that I always say, and I don't know who started that long time ago, but I always repeat it, that you can't fill from an empty cup. Okay, so on what we need to work on with the Devil. I have a lot of candles in here, and I realize how toxic candle smoke can be. But I got my mugwort tea. I put a little bit of holy basil. I didn't put too much because I'm just snipping off the flowering tops because it promotes growth of my plants. I have 2 plants right now and a bunch of seeds I planted, so we'll see what pops up. Okay, this one wants to come out apparently. Okay, Will-o'-the-wisp. I like this card. So this was in my one reading. Will-o'-the-wisp can sometimes be that fear of the unknown, or at least that's what it is for me. There's a lot of different meanings and what's the word I'm looking for? Mythologies in it. That sometimes it's spirits that are, you know, it's like these lights you see at night or whatever, that they're trying to, you know, a handsome husband going to the garage. But so with the Devil, what this makes me feel like, because this is how this card makes me feel, is fear of the unknown. So we know we gotta let go of that. That's that learning to trust, right? Knowing that, you know, we got this. We just have to trust ourselves, and that we're held. Okay, so for what we have around us, let's imperfection. Okay, so that's kind of interesting because I don't think it means like perfection. I think it means more that like nothing is perfect. So you are perfect. Everything aligns in that way. You know what I mean? Where we think, oh, this is the worst thing ever happened to me, but a lot of times in the end, something comes out of it. Now, not everything's that way, but like some of these things that we fear and then we're faced with, and then we overcome them. That's perfection. Like I always say, what's that reading I did where I said, I don't know, maybe remind me, but I feel like that's what that's saying, is understanding that this is the way, you know, we go through these things. It's perfectly meant to be. Oh, God. This is a great card. And then battle. So maybe this is the battle between what we fear and what we need to overcome. And so that's, you know, that's the masterpiece that's going to come out of that. Let me get one more to clarify that. Alignment. Okay. So we are in alignment. Okay, so that's I feel like it's the battle between the masterpiece is you, the aligned you. Okay? And we're working with, you know, trying to overcome those fears of the unknown so that we can overcome this unevolved to us, you know, to the more aligned us. I'm going to do a Herbal Astrology Oracle real quick. See what we can get with that. Sorry if this is too quiet. I've been trying to do this all day. Valerian. Okay. What number is that? 44. It is. Okay, Valerian, number 44, with acceptance. Okay. I'm just going to read the first part of it, because I don't go through the whole thing, because I have ADD, so I can't do that mentally. It doesn't allow me to. Especially since I can't read in the dark. So maybe 44 means something for you. I know it does for me. Okay, upright. Order. Loosening, acceptance, embracing imperfections. Oh, that's such a good one to go with that perfection. So we have Valerian that my husband was walking by again. Such an incredibly handsome man. Anyway, so 44 with Valerian and acceptance. Upright is order, loosening, acceptance, embracing imperfection, persistence, and flow. Okay, let me go to guidance. Valerian supports us by widening our trigger points and helping us to zoom out of a situation that might be overloading you with anxiety or stress. How ironically that's 44. Remember to go easy on yourself. Don't push yourself too hard to meet goals. Valerian remedies the internal parts of ourselves that embody mouse energy when we're overly analytic, judgmental, and high trigger mode. This message here is to take measure. Although your foundation can be established with great order, there is a certain amount of flow needed in order to enjoy creativity and growth. Creativity. Don't exhaust yourself in the details. Embrace your imperfections. Boy, if that doesn't line up right. So, I feel like that's what it is. We're kind of coming to an awareness that, you know, we're holding on a little too tight sometimes. With that whole energy, you know, and the will o' the wisp, because because I feel like we're, you know, so afraid to like for things to fall apart that sometimes we hold on too tight, or we, you know, don't try, you know what I mean? But you know, we have that strength and that compassion for ourselves. That's what we need to work with, right? And remind us that, you know, that is perfection. Perfection doesn't mean everything's in order. Perfection means that, you know, we learn as we go, right? And in the end, you know, we have that alignment with, you know, this battle with ourselves, but we're aligned in our masterpiece, you know. So I hope that helps somebody. I'm sorry, it was a little choppy.